Hey guys. Okay. I will tell you this, right? I remember one day, because like I said before, my brother, he came to me and he was like having some weird conversation about a house or something. What the hell are you talking about? I only got one house. I'm the only one that lives here. So what are you talking about? So after that, I don't know if it was after that. I believe it may have been. So I remember I came home and it was something that came in the mail. It was something about a garbage announcement and how they were going to change the dates. But it was you would have to look twice to really understand what they were saying, right? It wasn't very simple. So I remember I was standing on a porch and I read aloud to my neighbors what was going on, and I clarified it for them. I said, because of the holiday, something, something or another, then the trash is going to be picked up on something, something or another, not on this date. So this is when I told them the date or whatever it would come. So shortly after that, I started getting calls from I already knew they was watching me. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to hide. How you gonna watch somebody that's already online and don't give a what? So I think they figured that out. I think they figured that part out. But it was shortly after that that these people you like to tell you like to tell old people stories or something. It was like, what? I was like, yeah, I love old people. So yeah, that was funny. I'm thinking of the timing now. I'm going back to timing. I'm like, wait a minute. And around that time, I believe I have been looking into it further, tarot, because I've always known about tarot, right? I used to read when I was like younger, but everybody was like, oh, it's so bad, da da da. I was like, wow, maybe I shouldn't. But I felt like everybody was hiding something, especially, and I was like, oh no, we got to see what this is about. So they put a bug in my ear that something was wrong, right? And I got the old folks calling up, talking about, hey, you like to tell old people stories? That's the funniest thing. I had no idea what that was about, but I do now. I do remember somebody on one of the random calls. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. Now that I'm thinking back, if I go back per conversation, I can tell you who each person was on the phone, because at different times they would like have them change the voice up a little bit, like it would sound like this one or that one. But I know voices, right? You guys have to understand, like, my father listened to the radio, right? Every single day. It was radio, right? It was either Tom Jones or something for a minute, and then it was always the market or whatever. That's what it was, right? In the news, 1010 wins and 880. That's what it was. So I've always been a listener, right? And I also realized that old people listen. I don't know who got them online or who told them what or who got scared and showed them the light, but them people came and found me. That's all I'm saying. And I just think now that I'm looking back, I think it's funny, because that's when our Rosemary called up going ballistic. Oh, you have to shut that down. Like nobody's listening. Da 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 da. I ain't right with that. And shortly after that, I got another call, and it was kind of like, I wasn't gonna stop anyway, but it was like, don't stop. So that's when that don't stop that's to me is a money sign. So that's what happened. Yeah. And I figured, you know what? I got these people, whatever this is. And I'm going to tell you, I have another hypothesis too. I don't think it's a hypothesis if you really read into it. What I think is, there's, okay, old people, they love the radio and they have little ways of doing stuff, right? So, like, sometimes they might be writing with a pencil. Then to some of us, a pencil or a pen is foreign, because we come up in the time of the internet and now AI, which I'm very open to. I've been very clear about that. I already know what it is with AI. But you're also talking about somebody who's had literally, like, of course I have my private life or whatever, but for the most part, everything is online. But there are also gaps in between when I was tweeting, right? And when I notified the feds. No, I want you to understand something. I was little when the feds got hold of me, because I was writing to them. I told them people, I wrote a letter to the bus company. I told them, I said, I got to get to my meeting. And I told him I was in Zulu Nation, da 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 da. So based off what I'm seeing right now, if you don't think that that is significant, you've lost your mind. Okay, so that's why I was telling y'all. So I'm trying to figure out what my parents actually were or are or whatever. And I think I'm starting to see what it is. I see it. It's crazy. When you actually got a minute to go back and probe, you see what this is. This is insanity, right? The lengths. And I also have I have some other memories too. Like I remember the two nuns. Yup. I remember all of that. Now, it's crazy. How do you do that? Like that's some weird. How do you do that? And then rob the person blind, and then really expect me to give you anything? Yep. You're not allowed in my city, Janetta. You ain't. Even though that ain't you ain't allowed here. You banned. You about banned is Carter and Cole and Small Sean. All y'all's banned. Okay? Just saying. And we don't like boring people. No offense. No offense. I'm really surprised. Never mind. Anyway, I'm just saying. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to update y'all about that. I just think that is so funny. Oh, the other thing I need to tell you. The hypothesis piece of it. I didn't finish that. There's some differences, and I'm sure you guys notice. There's some differences between the way I don't want to like offend anybody. Like I don't know if it's Italian or Greek tarot. There's a difference between the Torah tarot, and there's a difference, right? But you also have a difference when it talks about Old Testament, New Testament as well, and then when everything becomes a marketplace, right? And let's be clear, whether you're Old Testament or New, like I couldn't find 50 people in the city. So if you are versed biblically, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I couldn't find 50 people in the city because everybody was up at the marketplace, right? So both people was up at the marketplace. So my point is nobody is innocent in this. That's all I'm saying. But you're gonna give me what I want. And I made it very clear. Boy, we're gonna have fun. Ooh, child. Anyway, I love you guys. See you in a little bit. Bye.